How Lincoln paved the way for the 13th Amendment and the abolition of slavery. When Abraham Lincoln took office in 1861, slavery was legal in nearly half the states, and the nation was tearing itself apart. Millions of people lived in bondage, and the very idea of ending slavery seemed impossible not just politically, but socially. Many in the North tolerated slavery where it already existed, and many in the South were prepared to fight to defend it. Lincoln's personal views on slavery evolved over time. Early in his career, he said he disliked the institution, but he also insisted the federal government didn't have the constitutional authority to abolish it where it already existed. Yet the Civil War forced him to think differently, not just as a politician, but as a leader charged with saving a nation. In 1862, after a series of Union victories and desperate pressure from black leaders and abolitionists, Lincoln issued the preliminary Emancipation Proclamation, declaring that as of January 1, 1863, all enslaved people in rebelling states would be thenceforward, and forever free. This proclamation did not instantly free all enslaved people, but it transformed the character of the war. It made the fight explicitly about freedom, not just preserving the Union, and allowed black soldiers to join the Union Army. Still, Lincoln knew the proclamation was a wartime measure. It did not abolish slavery everywhere or permanently. To make freedom permanent, he needed a constitutional amendment. That mission became Lincoln's political priority in 1864 and 1865. Lincoln worked closely with Congress to push the 13th Amendment, which would abolish slavery throughout the entire United States. He faced intense resistance not just from Southern sympathizers, but from Democrats in the North who feared the amendment would disrupt the economy or alienate voters. Lincoln personally lobbied members of his own party, and even appealed to soldiers and the public, framing abolition not just as a moral imperative but as essential to national unity and peace. In January 1865, after months of debate, the House of Representatives finally passed the amendment by a narrow margin. Lincoln famously celebrated the result, reportedly saying it's a glorious victory and later privately acknowledging that without it, the meaning of the war would have been lost. On December 60, 1865, after ratification by the states, the 13th Amendment officially became part of the Constitution, ending the legal institution of slavery in the United States. Lincoln did not live to see the full promise of the amendment unfold. Just days after Confederate General Robert E. Lee's surrender, Lincoln was assassinated in April 1865. But the achievement he pushed for making freedom a permanent part of the law became his lasting legacy. Lincoln's role in the 13th Amendment wasn't inevitable. It was the result of strategy, pressure, evolution of thought, moral courage, and relentless political effort. In a nation torn by war, he helped turn the idea of freedom from proclamation to constitutional reality.